There's a fallacy called all roads lead to Rome, I think. If there's not, there should be one. Where basically, literally, no matter how somebody...
A theory that can explain away anything explains nothing. Destiny is talking about ideas which are unfalsifiable, and you find this in a lot of conspiracy theories and generally pretty insidious ideologies, which is that they can explain away anything that happens. Anything that happens ends up being further evidence to their validity. A great example of this is Freudian psychoanalysis, and a man who became very frustrated with the fact that Freud, or proponents of Freud's ideas, could explain away anything that happened in a patient was Karl Popper, the philosopher of science. He said that the way we distinguish between scientific knowledge and non-scientific knowledge is whether a theory will make a claim which is falsifiable. Basically, can we disprove it? I find this is a very useful question to ask someone who has an ideology which they seem to be overly attached to. And that question is simply, what evidence could I present to you that would disprove your theory, that would make you change your mind? And if they don't have an answer, it's usually pretty telling.
What's up, fam? So today it's going to be largely a chest day, but I'm going to be working some shoulders in there because I'm going to be starting things out with some handstand push-up attempts. The goal is to essentially drill those every session, you know, whether it be at the beginning or supersetting between, you know, different exercises. I need to get back on the track with drilling them every day. Part of the reason why my handstand push-up progress has stagnated over the past year after getting back to it is because I haven't been practicing them very much. So, you know, I'm going to be drilling that to start out, and that's going to take away from some of my pushing strength, obviously. So I'm going to get on the bench, but I'm not going to be too nonplussed or upset if I'm not doing, you know, 5 reps or 6 reps of 275. You know, it's probably not going to happen today, especially since I haven't been keeping up on my intake. It's a struggle for me now, ironically, to, you know, eat more than what is comfortable. It's not what I'm used to, you know, so it's going to take some time before I actually do a proper bulk. If that even is something that is useful to me at my age at this point. I'm not even sure, but since I've never properly tried one, I have to give it a shot. But, you know, yeah, that's the plan. Basically chest and shoulders. Probably just gonna hit the small muscles after shoulders. I'm not gonna do too much outside of that. I'm not gonna do too much with the front delts. So mostly I'm just going to do some lateral and or rear delts again. And yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. Don't got a lot to say. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little tired, and I wasn't going to film this workout, but I'm gonna be increasingly busy in the next couple of weeks. So I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna be able to have time to film and edit. So I want to get as many of these in as I can to stock up the channel, because I might, depending on what my time management looks like or what my schedule looks like, I might have to take another hiatus. So, yeah, if the personality's not there, I apologize. I can't, you know, can't always, you know, dance like a monkey for the camera. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, first things first, I'm gonna warm up my handstand kick-ups against the wall, just to build the confidence in them. And I'm also going to warm up my back muscles with some pull-ups, mostly focused on the scapular pull. So yeah, if you haven't seen me do chest before, I always do pull-ups before I warm up my pressing, because you need strong scap muscles if you want to be able to push. A lot of people neglect that, don't think about it. Well, you can develop those muscles incidentally, but you're going to be better at your pushing strength if you understand the concept of energy leaks and how involved those muscles can be in your pushing strength. So I make it a focus to make sure they're warmed up before I do any pushing. especially when I'm getting on flat bench. All right, let me stop talking. All right. I don't know if you guys can see the pull-up bar, but I'm heading for a trip. Mind if I work out next to you? Nothing too crazy, not trying to burn myself out, which I do have an inclination to do. I'm not used to conserving my energy. It's something I'm bad at. I'm not floating into position properly. When you're practicing handstand push-ups, that's super important. You don't want to waste energy trying to balance yourself and find the right position before you actually start doing the press, right? There you go. That's the one. Yeah. So you want it to be as easy as it looks, right? A lot of the times my handstand push-ups fail because I'm spending so much energy trying to balance myself and then execute the push-up. It's just like waste of energy. All right. Let's see what the actual push-up looks like. So here's a thought, and considering that there's a lot of people that, well, not a lot, but you know, there's actually a good amount of people that watch my video about Eminem. I assume that there's people that watch these videos that actually listen to and appreciate hip hop. So let me float this idea, all right? And what do you guys think about non-American hip hop music? Now, obviously, the quality of it varies just like, you know, hip hop anywhere. But I find that I have a particular bias against non-American hip hop music, and I'm not proud of this. So this is kind of like me doing a little bit of therapy. So again, I'm interested in what people think, and you know, for me, hip hop is so distinctly American that it's very hard for me to appreciate non-American hip hop music, even when it's quote unquote good, because there's so many implications in hip hop music that make it distinctively American and a distinctively American thing. And anytime I hear like UK hip hop or anything else, it just feels, I mean, it just feels fake, you know, even if the music is good and genuine. And that's a bias that I'm trying to work on. So I still listen to, you know, certain artists from time to time, but it's hard for me to, so much of what I appreciate about hip hop in hip hop culture, rap music, is tied up in the history of it, right? A history that doesn't exist for the most part. Obviously everything has a history, but hip hop developed outside those areas in a very different way. Hip hop in America was a voice of the inner city. Politics and oppression is wrapped up in that. And every time I listen to hip hop music, that comes through to me. It doesn't matter if I'm listening to Grandmaster Flash or Eminem. There's sparks of that in hip hop American American-centric hip hop. But I just don't feel those same connotations when I listen to non-American hip hop. And I'm wondering if I'm alone in that sentiment. So, for all you people that have been commenting on the Eminem video, let me know your thoughts on this because, I'm just throwing that out there. All right, let me get to this workout. All right, let's see how this goes. Float into position. Outside losing balance, those first two felt easier than they have. Try again. Usually on my first attempt, I only get one. So let's try again. All right. Let's try this again. Let's see if I can get 3. That first one was not great. Try again. All right, let's try again. First one's key. Kind of sets the momentum for the rest of them. All right, it's like 2.5. Try one more and then move on. Hopefully I can waste less energy balancing myself this time. Float. All right. I shortened the second one because I was going to lose my balance. Prefer to do that than fall. All right, let's head to the bench and see how that looks. All right. I'm going to bench and continue to do kip ups in between because I really need to keep drilling floating into my freestanding handstand. I'm still wasting too much energy balancing myself before attempting my handstand push-ups, so I'm probably not going to be able to do anything substantial on my bench today, but that's okay. I'll just stay in the hypertrophic range for the most part and feel things out from there. I mean, this is kind of the gift and the curse of being a hybrid athlete, right? It's best to go through blocks of sustained focus, but that's easier said than done, right? Ideally, I periodize these things where I just focus on certain calisthenics exercises and just focus on certain weightlifting exercises, but at the same time, life is short, time is finite, so if I were, a teenager without, work and responsibilities, this would be a lot easier and I could think more long term. But, this is how I keep exercise fun and interesting to myself. I try to do as much as I can. I try to do it all, essentially. So, yeah. See what 225 feels like. I'm at least gonna try 275 today. I'm not gonna waste too much energy there. I'm gonna try 275 the very next set, probably for a couple. But hopefully you can see with these handstands what I mean if I record them from the side. So when I kip into these, if you see my feet stop wobbling after a time, it's probably because it took me a second to stabilize myself. Ideally, I kind of just float into the position, right? And if you see an arch in my back, also, that's me stabilizing myself, and that costs energy. That's energetically costly. Right, so that wasn't great. That was better. A little too hard, but that was also better. All right, 275 coming up next. 275, I have no idea what's gonna happen right now. I could drop it and crush my sternum, and I could also throw the weight through the roof. Who knows? Tune in and find out. All right. Not as bad as I thought, but super uneven. I'm gonna try that again. Handstands though. I think I took it off the pins uneven.
One day I'm gonna do that.
All right. See if I can get 4 again. I'll be happy if I can get 4 again, but obviously 5 is the ideal. Last time it came off a little unstable. Gotta be more explosive on the push too. Try one more. My every rep is inconsistent. But even still, you know, I wish I was doing more than that, but I weigh like a $185 right now, so I can't be too mad at that. Especially being natural. All right. Let's try this one more time. By the way, I'm listening to a track right now with Rakim, Cannabis, and Chino XL, and some others. Crooked Eye. What's the name of this track? In any case, I'll put it in the text. But yeah, Rip Chino XL, you know, one of the GOATs. You know, he wasn't one of my favorites, but I definitely recognize the bars. So, you know, if you're a Chino XL fan, you know, I'm sorry to hear that you lost a great one. All right, let's try to see if I can get at least 4. Try to make every step, every rep, just like the last. I don't know why, but my pressing on this is just so inconsistent. Gonna start dropping it down. I'm gonna drop it down to 225 and rep it out. All right. Do a couple more sets of 225. I'm gonna skip the handstands this time. What set is this? I think this is like set 4 or 5. See if I can get at least 6. All right, one more set. Again, I'm skipping the handstands. My shoulders are mad tired. All right. One more set. Again, try to see if I can get at least 6. But I'm thinking I should be able to get 8 of these. My wrist was hurting like a motherfucker on those. Very rarely does my wrist become a limiting factor in my bench. All right, let me try to see if I can hit some incline here. All right, a little bit of incline press on the hammer strength. I'm also gonna do some lateral raises in between. Gonna see if I can get as high as 3 plates on these. So I'm gonna, again, this is gonna be a warm-up set, and then my working sets, I'm gonna try to get at least 3 sets of around 6 reps of 3 plates. Let's see how it goes. Just focusing on the stretch and the squeeze. All right, I'm gonna try 3 plates, but if I'm not getting a good 6 reps in, I'm just gonna drop it. All right, lateral raises shouldn't affect my press, my bench press too much, which is why I'm working these in. All right, let's see how 3 plates on the incline press goes. I am not that optimistic. All right. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right. If I can get 6 again, that'll be awesome, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't happen. Nice. All right, gonna skip out on filming the lateral raises because you know what the deal is with those. Very simple movement. I'll talk about it in detail. All right, one more set. Managed to surprise myself last set, so let's see how this moves. See if I can get this again. Root for me. Dropping it. One more time. All right, one more set of laterals and I'm moving on. All right, I'm gonna finish things up with a compound set. I'm gonna do some archer push-ups, do some dips, and then I'm going to see if I can do some, not pipe push-ups, what am I thinking of? Planche push-ups, because I need to train that position a lot more. And planche push-ups are one of the best ways to do that. I would have done it earlier, but I didn't want to spend too much energy and not be able to bench. All right, so archer push-ups. You haven't tried these, you don't need dumbbells for these, but because I have a terrible right wrist, I do use dumbbells, but you can do these on your palms just fine. All right. All right, 2 more sets like that. Whew. All right, so I hear you asking why. Hi. what are archer push-ups good for? Well, it's just a good way to tax your outer chest, or work each pec individually. If I wasn't inside of a gym, if I was working out in the park, I'd definitely be working these into my everyday routine or every chest routine that I had. But yeah, if you have not tried an archer push-up, please do try it. You're gonna get an amazing pump in your pecs. The archer principle goes beyond push-ups. There's archer pull-ups as well, and there's archer squats. I think they call those Cossack squats. Anyways. Also, if you want to learn a one-arm push-up, this is a prerequisite. Do you mind if I work in with you? Sorry? Do you mind if I work in with you?
Yeah, sure.
I just got one more set and I'll be out of your way. All right, last set, and then some planche push-ups and I'm out of here.
One day I'll be able to do that. For now, not so
What's
much.
up?
One day I'll be able to do what you just did.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Well, I gotta start somewhere. Oh, I'm out of your way. Enjoy your workout. All right, I'm gonna finish things up with a few sets of planche push-ups. For those that don't understand, when you're trying to do handstand push-ups, Jesus, my brain is not working well today. When your scapula is protracted, which is when your shoulders are closest together and your lats are rounded, right? That is essentially the position that you want to be in at the bottom of the handstand push-up position, right? So when you're training planche, even though it's not very intelligent, it's not a very intelligent idea to try to train handstand push-ups and planche together. You probably want to pursue one of those two things at a time. But one of the benefits of training those two skills together is that there's a lot of transfer between what you learn executing a planche and getting a successful handstand push-up. And that's another reason why my handstand push-up training has stalled, because I kind of put the planche training on the back burner because I wanted to focus more on, traditional, weight lifts. So a lot of calisthenic stuff in general got kind of put on the back burner. But yeah, My advice, if you're starting out with calisthenics and you want to learn the skills of a planche and or handstand push-up, I would try to get the handstand push-up first, but train the planche very lightly. Just get the basic like tuck down, and don't try to do anything past that until you get the handstand push-up. But you know, I'm garbage at this whole. I suck at working out, so you know that's just my perspective. Maybe you know, go to fitness FAQs or something, and maybe you'll have better advice on that. Maybe I'll meet them one day. The word of the day today, I think, is going to be falsifiable. I'm going to stick it out there now because after I'm done with these, I want to rush out of here. But falsifiable, in succinct terms, that's essentially something that's capable of being proven or disproven with experience. And you know, as you see today, there's a lot of people that like to make claims that are not falsifiable, right? And if your claim is not falsifiable, then it's kind of worthless. Not completely, but in the realm of socio-political discourse, that is very much the case. If you're making non-falsifiable claims, they're not worth entertaining beyond mere speculation, you know, just for the fun of it. So just, you know, take that into consideration. When somebody's making a claim and you're in a heated argument, you know, say, you know, what can I do or say to, or let me rephrase that. If you're in a heated discourse with somebody and they're making claims and you ask them how can I falsify that claim or how they can falsify that claim and they don't know, they don't have an answer, then you're having a pointless discussion. All right, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. My brain is super tired. Let me get this planche push-ups out of the way and let me get the heck out. Because my shoulder's feeling a little iffy. 2 more sets and I'm running out of here. Set number 2. Forward, try to stay on my toes, keep my butt tight. Very, very hard. Very difficult. If you want to give them a shot, I highly recommend you try them on your knees first. Don't do them off your knees out of the gate. You definitely hurt yourself. And before you even do that, I would try the hold first. Planche hold. Unless you're really experienced, because it's a big strain on your shoulders if you're not getting the right muscles engaged. So, yeah, keep it more. All right, here's a freedom set. Get myself out of here. All right.
You on this one?
No, it's all you. All right, that's good. I'm out of here.